because of which they have a pain in neck, shoulder, and back also. Okay. So today we'll practice some of the yoga postures through which you can get rid of this bloating and gas pain, along with having a good stretch in the spinal. Okay, which will give you relief from the stress of neck and shoulder because of long working hours or sitting position, because of sitting position and long working hours. Okay, fine. So for that, today we will practice Apanasana. First of all, Apanasana. For that, we will sit down. Please, all of you have a sitting on the floor. Okay, relax yourself. So first of all, we will practice Apanasana. Then next, we will go for Apanasana is just like Pavana Mukta Asana, last time what we have practiced, but there is a slight change in this posture that we will see. And then we will go through spinal twist, that is Jathar Parivartanasana. Jathar means in Sanskrit it is stomach, belly. Parivartan means to change from one form to another, okay, or to twist. So Jathar Parivartanasana we will do, and then we will do Marjarasana or Bitilasana, that is cat and cow pose. Okay, so that is the third pose, and the fourth pose will be Adhumukho Savanasana. Okay, that is downward facing dog. And the final posture that we will do today is Utkatasana. Okay, that is chair pose, similar to sitting in a chair. So first, going with Apanasana, straihtly we will go to today's asana because 5 poses are there. We have to finish it. So Apanasana, for Apanasana, you need to relax in this posture. First of all, sit in the Dandasana, and then slowly lay down. Okay, lay down either this side or that side. Be comfortable for me. Lay down. Okay, so this Apanasana is also called as knees hugged to chest. Okay, so last time in Apanasana we have hugged the knees to the chest along with raising of the head, maintaining a curve in the body. So this time we will not raise the head. If you are not raising the head, then it is called as Apanasana. If you are raising the head and doing that posture means it is called Pavadamuktasana. Okay, so lay down straight, relax, inhale deeply, 2 to 3 times. Deep breath, take deep breath, and then have your palms, both of the palms, just place it beside your body. Okay, palms should be onto the floor, and then slowly raise the knees. Raise the knees with inhalation. With inhale, you raise the knees, make it straight. Okay, make it perpendicular to the floor, and then bring it up to your chest. Okay, bring it up to your chest with exhaling. Okay, so when you are coming from this position, to this position, it should be exhaling, and from where coming from straight posture to the perpendicular posture, it should inhale. Okay, so first from this position, inhaling, this to this posture, and then from here exhale and bring your knees to the chest. After that, interlace your hands as you have done in last session. Interlace your hands and hold this posture for 5 to 10 breaths. So with the help of this posture, what will be the benefits? Any bloating or any gas that has got trapped inside your stomach or belly area or any of this abdominal area, it will get released from back, neck, or anywhere else. Okay. So you will want to do this in simple stretch. Also, it is known as wind relieving pose to gain relief from bloating and gas pains. Okay. So be in this posture for 5 to 10 breaths. Don't hold your breath. Huh? People think they should hold their breath after reaching to this posture. You need not hold. You can take normal breaths. Okay. And then again, free your hands. Bring it to beside your body, both the hands, and then again bring knees to the perpendicular position to the floor, and then go back to the original position. Okay. So this was all with Apanasana, but there is a slightly modification also. Those who can't do this, okay, they are having if serious bloating pain or too much, so they can practice with one side also. That also we will see. Okay. So for modification, bring up your knees as far it is comfortable. Okay. Bring up your knees as far it is comfortable. And to vary with the stretch, you can do one side at a time. Okay, one side. So first of all, bring one knee. Okay. And interlace your hand and lock it. And the other side, stretch it. The other leg, left leg. If you are doing it with the right leg, if you are interlacing the right leg, okay, right knee to your chest, then bring out the left leg, stretch it out, and keep it in this posture for 5 to 10 minutes, 10 breaths. Okay. Then similarly, vice versa. Then we have to free this hand and free this knee, and we have to stretch this right leg out, and then bring this left leg and left knee to the chest, hug it to the chest, and interlace with the hand. Okay. And again, stay in this posture for 5 to 10 breaths. And combiningly also you can do both the posture. Either you can hug both the knees to the chest, or one by one you can hug the knees to the chest and do the posture. Okay. So this is the modification of Apanasana. Okay, improvisation. Those who can't do with both the legs hug to the knees, they can practice with one single leg. This is much more improvisation than the other one. Okay. This will help you to release the bloating from the body instantaneously. Okay. Within 15 to 20 minutes, you can feel that reliefness. Because one side you are pressing and the other side you are releasing. So pressing and releasing, both the activities you can find out here. Okay. You can practice it for several times, not an issue. And keep in mind that while practicing these postures, breath is a mandatory part. Good breath. And while breathing, I am showing the demo right now, so I am speaking right now. But while doing this yoga postures, you can concentrate on your breath. Okay, you can concentrate on your breath. That will help, or I can say that will increase the efficacy of the yoga. Always focus on your breath. You can close your eyes also and focus on your breath. Okay. So this was with always Apanasana. Okay. Then before moving to the next yoga posture, as I said, always have a 15 to 20 breaths relaxation. Okay. Or say 10 to 15 seconds break. Break you can take by swinging both your legs or feet apart. Okay. With long breaths. Whenever it is possible, if you are taking a break, always take long breaths. That is called relaxation. so that before moving to the next posture, you can take in abundance of oxygen and it can reach to all the parts of the body. Okay, fine. So our next is Jathak Parivartanasana. Jathak means in Sanskrit, it is called belly. Okay, so Jathak is this one. Parivartanasana means you are changing from one form to the other. If you are changing from one form to other means it's called Parivartan, and asana means pose. So it is called, some call it as spinal twist pose or belly twist pose. Okay, so this pose will help you to stretch the spinal and also to relieve, to give you relief from the neck and shoulder muscle part area. Okay, so this spinal twist, for performing the spinal twist, you need to lay down in the same posture, and then with inhale, okay, inhale and bring up your knees, make it perpendicular to the floor, and again relax, take some breaths, and then stretch out your arms. Okay, both sides. If you are not finding, if you are leaning against the wall, means make some space so that left side also you can go out. Okay, and you can stretch your arms. Okay, stretch your arms. Both sides it should be stretched out. And bring up the knees in this position, perpendicular to the floor. Okay, and then left and bend your knees, bring your knees, both of the knees to the left side of the body by putting pressure on the left hand. Okay, left palm of the left hand, putting pressure on the left hand so that it should not go instantaneously to the left. Slowly, slowly, with exhalation, you should go to the left. And while taking you both of the knees to the left, make sure that your full body is getting twisted. It's not that left leg is going and right leg is not going. Okay, so simultaneously both the knees should go together. It should not be like this or like this. Okay, so both the knees should move in this fashion. Okay, so make sure. So before starting again, I will show. Be in this position. Inhale. Reach to this position, and then exhale. Slowly, slowly exhale, and then take both the knees to the left by putting pressure on the left palm so that it should not go instantaneously. Okay. After reaching to this position, make sure that your head is very straight. Okay, your head is straight in this posture only, and then you start bending this head. You start bending your head to the right side. Okay, to the opposite side of the knees. Bend it and bend as far as possible as your ears are reaching to the floor. Okay, and be in this position. Have 5 to 10 breaths. In this posture, you need to take 5 to 10 breaths or number of breaths as you are comfortable. And then slowly, slowly come back to the original position. Okay. And then again, do the same posture in the vice versa manner. That means in the opposite side. Bring both your knees to the right side by putting pressure on the right palm on the floor so that it should not come instantaneously. Both the knees, you see, both the knees are moving with exhalation. Okay, you have reached to the floor, both the knees has gone one side. Now take the head to the left side. Okay, so the basic idea of this spinal twist is to have maximum stretch from the end of the spinal cord to the top of the spinal cord. You are having a good stretch in this portion, in this torso of the body. Okay, so that whatever bloating or gas pain will be there, it will get released slowly, slowly. That's what I'm telling. While bending, it should be in a slow fashion. It should be in a steady rate. Okay, for that you need to take support of your palm of both the hands. Okay. Again, come back to the slowly to the original position. Okay. So this is the right method of doing this Jata Parivartanasana or spinal twist or belly twist pose, whatever you can call. People call it in different name. Once again, we will do. Okay, I will show the demo once again. So before starting, you need to lay down in this position. Okay, make yourself comfortable. Have some breaths. Have some couple of breaths, and after having a couple of breaths, with inhalation, bend your knees to the vertical position. Okay. After reaching to this position, again have some couple of breaths. After having couple of breaths, then with exhaling, while exhaling, start bending both the knees to the left side of the body by putting pressure on the left palm of the hand so that your leg is not going immediately to the floor. Okay. After reaching to the floor, or after having or after achieving full twist in the waist, then start stretching your head or bend your head towards the right side of the body. That means opposite side of the knees. Okay. Now then you have achieved fully stretch or fully twist. You can remain in this posture for 5 to 10 breaths. After having 5 to 10 breaths, then come back to the original position slowly, and then again go to the opposite position. Okay, do it in the vice versa. Go to the right side, bend your legs to the right side. After reaching to the right side, then stretch your head or bend your head to the left side. Again, stay in this posture for 5 to 10 breaths. If you are staying in this posture for more than 10 breaths, then also not an issue. It's good for you. After having 5 to 10 breaths, again reach out to the original position. Okay. And then slowly stretch your legs out. Okay. So this was with Jata Parivartanasana. Okay. So next we will move to our next posture, that is cat and cow or Marjaryasana and Vitilasana. Okay. For that, we need to again come back to the original position and lift your body. While lifting, while going to the from lay down position to the sitting position, you need to, as I said, don't give a jump to your body. Don't raise your body immediately. Slowly go down, go to one side of your body, and then raise your body and come back to the sitting position. Okay. So next, what we will practice, the next posture that we are going to practice is cat and cow pose. That is Marjaryasana or Vitilasana. Okay. So Marjaryasana means cat, and Vitila means that what we tell in Sanskrit is cow. So cat and cow pose. This in this cat and cow pose, while doing this cat and cow pose, this both pose, the transition between these two poses is basically, the basic idea is to warm up your spine. Okay. So cat posture will be in this curved position, because cat usually move in this curved position, and cow means it's in the back will be in an arch position. Okay. So the transition between this curve and this curve and arch, this transition will give warm up to your spine, and it will relieve the tension in your back and neck area. So before doing any yoga practices or any yoga posture, first of all, it is very essential to know what yoga postures we are performing, what are the benefits, and how it is going to help us. Okay. So to begin with cat and cow or Marjaryasana and the Vitilasana pose, we need to get on into the hands. Okay, get on your hands and make sure that your hands, the straightness of your hand, the straightness of your leg, okay, should be parallel. Okay, it should not be like this, or it should not be like this. Make it straight. Both of your knees and legs should be straight. While kneeling down, both of the legs should be straight, and it should be in parallel with the both of your hands. Okay. So now that we have achieved this parallelity, okay, so get on your hands and knees on the floor. Inhale, making sure your back is flat. First time you have to inhale, and while inhaling, make sure that your back is flat. Okay, the back is flat, and your abs are engaged. Abs are engaged means when you will inhale and you will take maximum air inside, your abs should get engaged. Okay, it should bulge out fully, completely. Okay, there should not be any space left out in the stomach. Okay, so inhale, making sure that your back is flat and your abs are engaged and you have taken maximum air inside. Exhale, and while exhaling, drop your head down and move your spine up towards the ceiling, okay, or towards the sky. Okay, while exhaling, throw out the air outside, throw the air outside, and simultaneously with this throw, you lift your spine towards the ceiling. Okay, and while inhaling, you should create arch in the back. Okay, there should be an arch in the back. Arch means like this. It should be the opposite curve. Okay, while inhaling, while exhaling, it should go up, and while inhaling, your back should form an arch and it should come down. So it should be like a concave and convex. Okay, both sides. Okay, so we'll start. Exhale. While exhaling, drop your head and move your spine towards the ceiling. Stay for 1 to 2 breaths or 3 seconds, not breaths, seconds, 3 to 4 seconds. Then while inhaling, create the arc in the back and lift your head and buttocks. Okay. While inhaling, again I will repeat, while inhaling, your spine should create, that means it should go down, okay, and your stomach should come out, okay, your buttocks should go up and head also should go up. Okay, so exhaling, drop head, create a curve on your spine, that is lift your spine towards the ceiling, and while inhaling, slowly raise your head, raise your buttocks and create a arch in the back. Okay, so switching back and forth like this, switching back and forth between these two poses, connecting your inhale with cow pose, inhale with cow pose and exhaling with cat pose. Okay, this will help to achieve this transition and it will warm up your spine and relieve the tension in your back and neck. Okay, I think almost all of you might have got it. So we'll practice right now. So after reaching this position, be in this position, exhale, drop your head, raise the spine, then inhale, raise head and buttocks and create the arch in your back. That's it. Okay. Now again, come back to the original position with your back flat. Okay. Don't move your back anything anymore. Okay. Give rest and relax. And then again, come back to the kneeling position and relax. Reach out to the Vajrasana, that is thunderbolt pose. You can stay in this pose and take long breaths and you can relax. Okay. So this is also a combination of this cat and cow pose along with Vajrasana. After doing cat and cow pose, you can relax in the Vajrasana or thunderbolt pose. Okay. And you can practice it for 2 to 3 rounds. You can go for this Marjarasana and Pithilasana for 2 to 3 rounds. Okay. So while going, as I've told, you should kneel down and you keep both the palms on your floor, both the palms of your hand on the floor. Make sure that both your leg and hands are straight. Okay. Then with exhaling, first of all, inhale and take maximum air inside with your back flat. Okay. First in the flat position, inhale and take maximum air. And then exhaling, start the posture by exhaling. While exhaling, drop your head down and move your spine up and inhale. While inhaling, slowly, simultaneously inhaling, lift your head and buttocks from backside and create an arc in the back. Okay. So this transition should be there. This back and forth of the spine will create a good relaxation or warm up. It will warm up the spine so that any bloating or gas pain or stretch or stress you will be having in the back muscles, neck or shoulder part, it will get released. Okay. So one more time, I will show the posture. A quick glimpse we will be having. We will reach out and make sure that both are parallel, hand and legs. And with flat back, first of all, we will inhale. Now I have inhaled, then exhale. While exhaling, I lower the head down and move the spine up. And while inhaling, I will raise the head and buttock and I will lower the back so that the arch will be formed in the back. Perfect. So exhale and lift the spine. Inhale, create the arch and lift head and buttocks. That's it. And then again, come back to the Vajrasana. Okay. So after doing this yoga posture, you can again relax for 5 to 10 breaths or 5 to 10 seconds. Intermittently, you should be having relaxation. Okay. After having this, then we will move to our next yoga posture that is called Setu Bandh Sarvangasana. Okay. Setu means bridge. Okay. So bridge pose. This is called as bridge pose. So you need to create a bridge pose. For that, again, come back to the sitting position. After reaching out to the sitting position, then again lay down. Lay down. Okay. For doing this Setu Bandh Asana or Setu Bandh Sarvangasana, this mild inversion helps your blood flow, making you feel more energized. Okay. So the basic idea of this yoga posture is to help your blood flow, to increase your blood flow. Okay. That will help, ultimately that will help to release bloating pain or gas pain. So for this, keep both the palms on the floor, beside to your body, both the hands. And then again, with inhalation, inhale and lift the knees and make it perpendicular to the floor. Okay. And then while inhaling, lift your body by putting pressure on both the palms of your hand. Okay. Simultaneously, you should inhale, put pressure on both the palms of your hand and lift the body. Lift the body, and you should lift your body to the limit where your chest, ribs, belly, waist, and thighs. It should be in a straight line. Okay, make sure that it is in a straight line. To make it sure that you have achieved that straightness, you can place both your hands for just checking, okay, beside to your body and see whether there is any gap. If there is any gap, you can adjust and you can see that which is the straightness of your body. Okay, just for checking. And again, you can place both of your hands beside to the body. Okay, after achieving this straightness, place both the palms or both the hands beside to your body. Okay, and stay in this posture for 5 to 10 breaths. Okay, so the basic idea of this, while when you are lifting your body up, okay, you are achieving this stretch in your chest. Okay, because you are moving your body towards up by stretching the chest or by putting pressure on both of the hands. You are moving or you are expanding, you are opening up the chest or the ribs, and with this way you can achieve this pose. And also there is a modification just for improvisation of this yoga posture. Either you can keep both the palms on the floor, okay, and those who can do it, you can do in this way also to achieve the maximum stretch or to open up the ribs maximum. You can interlace or clasp your hands and interlace your fingers. Okay, interlace your fingers at the bottom of your body, and you can remain in this posture for 5 to 10 breaths. You can feel that when you are interlacing your fingers or you're clasping your hands and interlacing your fingers, your ribs are opening up. Okay, with the help of this opening up or with the help of this stretch, you can attain maximum stretching, or you can attain maximum stretching, and that will lead to release the bloat pain or any stress in your neck and shoulder muscle area. Okay, so this is not mandatory that you need to interlace your fingers and keep it in this position. Those who are comfortable with both the hands beside the body, they can remain in this posture also, with this posture also. Okay, and those who are comfortable and they can interlace their fingers beneath their back, they can stay in this posture. In this posture, you can achieve maximum stretch, or you can open up your rib cage to the maximum limit. So be in this posture for 5 to 10 breaths. Okay, and then slowly, while exhaling, come down. Lower your body and come down to this posture. Okay, and again, while exhaling, make your or stretch out both the legs. Make your knees straight. Okay, so this is called Setubandh Sarvanga Asana. Okay, or bridge pose. Once again, I will show the demo. Okay. While inhaling, bring your knees and make it perpendicular to the floor. Then relax in this posture. Take 2 to 3 breaths. And again, while inhaling, by putting pressure on the palms, lift your body and make it straight. After achieving this posture, okay, those who are comfortable, they can clasp your hands and interlace the fingers and reach out to this posture. Okay, and stay in this posture for 5 to 10 breaths. Those who are not comfortable interlacing their fingers beneath their back, they can put both of their hands beside to their bodies, as I showed earlier. Take 5 to 10 breaths. Breaths are essential. And again, While exhaling, lower your body and reach to the floor. Okay. Again, take 2 to 3 breaths and release yourself from this posture while exhaling. Fine. So this was all with Setu Bandh Sarvanga Asana. Okay. Oh. So these are all with these 4 asanas that we have performed today. These are all dealing with sitting posture or lay down posture. So first of all, whenever you are doing yoga, there should be a sequence. Okay. For warming up the body, you can do jogging or whatever, or pranayam, everything. You can do whatever else, what else you want to do. But while doing yoga posture, I am showing so much yoga posture. We are practicing so much yoga posture. It doesn't mean that you can start. You should start it by standing itself only. You need to start your yoga by laying down. Okay. Always that sequence should be there. First of all, lay down, have some breaths, take pranayam in that laying down position, then practice the sitting postures, and then standing postures. So make a set of yoga postures. As we have done so many yoga postures, you can make a set of yoga postures. First of all, start the yoga by laying down, then come to the sitting position, and then to the standing position. So today we have practiced 4 yoga postures in sitting and laying down, and now we will practice with standing. Okay, in the standing posture. So the 5th asana that we are practicing today, it is called as downward facing dog position or Adho Mukha Savanasana. Okay, Adho Mukha Savanasana or downward facing dog pose. This is very simple pose. As I have found out that many people in this group, they are finding problem or they are finding it difficulty. They are finding difficulties when performing tough yoga postures. So I am practicing very simple steps, very simple yoga postures. I am not doing some tough yoga postures, but slowly we need to learn also tough yoga postures. Okay. So to perform this Adho Mukha Savanasana, you need to stand straight. Okay. Bring both your feet together with your hips wide apart. Okay. Make sure that your hips are wide apart. Okay. And bring both your feet together and start leaning towards to the floor. Okay. Both your palms. Reach out to the floor with both of your palms. Okay. You have reached out to the floor. Okay. After reaching out to the floor, try to make your back straight. This back is there. While bending, this back will be in a curve position. So we will try to make it straight. To make it straight, move back your legs a little bit as you are comfortable and fold your knees. Fold your knees so that you can achieve the straightness in your back. Okay. After achieving the straightness in your back, this is the posture of Adho Mukha Savanasana. After reaching to this posture, stay in this posture for 5 to 10 breaths. Then again, straighten both of your knees and then come back to the original position. Okay, so this is all with Adho Mukha Savanasana or forward bending dog pose. Okay, downward facing dog pose. So for this, again, I will show the posture or I will show the demo how to do it. For this, you need to take both the feet together. Okay, bring both the feet together. And with good inhalation, start bending or start leaning forward and reach your palm to the floor. Okay, after reaching to the floor with both the palms, move your legs a bit backside so that you are reaching to the floor. After reaching to the floor and to achieve the straightness in the back, bend your knees and see that you have achieved the straightness in your back. See, there is no more curve. By bending the knees, I have achieved the straightness in the back. Okay. Stay in this posture for 5 to 10 breaths. Then after, with inhalation, raise your body slowly and come back to the straight posture, standing posture. Okay. So this was all with this downward facing dog pose or Adho Mukha Savanasana. And the last posture that we are going to practice today is Utkatasana. Okay, Utkatasana means chair pose. As you are sitting in the chair, and after sitting in the chair, you are achieving certain pose that will practice without chair. So that is very similar to like, it seems like the chair pose. This pose, what is the benefit of this pose? Why to do this yoga posture? This pose open up your chest. Okay, this pose open up your chest, because while doing the yoga posture, you can feel that this will open up your chest and help strengthen and tone your legs also. It will strengthen and tone your leg muscles. Okay, because full load will be on your legs, and there will be stretch in your this chest area. Okay, so for this, again, keep both your feet together. Okay, bring both the feet together, and then start bending your knees and be in the sitting position. Try to reach out to the sitting position. Stand. First, bend your knees like you are sitting in a chair. At the same time, raise your arms beside your ears, like this. Okay, raise your arms beside your ears and stay in this posture as per your comfortability. Okay, and don't forget to take breaths. Keep breathing. And to exit the pose, straighten your arms on an exhale. Okay, exhale and straighten your arms, and then rise to a standing position and bring your arms down to your sides. Okay, got it? For more dynamic action, you can move out of the pose and into a standing action. Okay, you can move out of the pose or into a standing position on alternating breaths. Okay, but with alternating breaths, you can sit, and again you can come back to the standing position. Okay, again I will show how to do it. So first of all, stand with your feet together, bend your knees like you're sitting in a chair, and at the same time raise your arms up beside your ears. Okay. With this, as I've said, you can achieve the maximum stretch in your chest and also the maximum stretch in the leg muscles. Okay, calf and leg muscles. So with this posture, you are achieving maximum stretch. And to exit the pose, straighten your arms first. Your arms are straightened. Come back to the standing position, and then bring your arms or hands beside the body. Okay. So this you can practice it for 4 to 5 rounds with 5 to 10 breaths in the sitting posture. Okay. One more time we can do. Reach out to the sitting position. Raise your arms beside your ears. While raising, see that you are creating an arch in the back of your body. Full stretch, straight out. And with the exhale, straighten your arms. Come back to the standing position, and then lower your arms or hands beside your body. Okay. So this is all with chair pose or Utkatasana. So today we have practiced this 6 asanas for getting relief or getting relieved from bloating or gas pain or stress or strain in the muscle part of the back or neck or shoulders. Okay. So this was a set of yoga postures to get rid of bloating pain or gas pain or stress in the muscles. Okay. So you can practice it with different sets. As I've said, make a set and make a set so that you can be practicing this yoga posture in laying down posture, sitting posture, and also standing posture. All these combinations should be there. Whenever you are practicing in yoga, there should be the combination of lay down and sitting and standing postures. Okay. And finally, you can sit down. Don't relax or don't finish or wind up your yoga posture immediately and get out of the yoga posture. Okay, you can lay down or you can again come to the sitting posture or come back to the butterfly position. As I've said, to relax, okay, come down to the butterfly position, or also you can normally sit down and have pranayam. Pranayam means nothing else but focusing on the breath. Okay, so take some long breaths and you can relax. That is very essential, first of all. Okay, so whenever you are concluding or winding up yogas, you can relax by this butterfly asana also. There are a lot of ways to relax, or you can go for savasana also. Okay, you can lay down and you can concentrate on your breaths by taking long in and out breaths. Okay, or else butterfly asana, or else normally you can sit and can do pranayam. You need to close your eyes and concentrate on long breaths. Okay, fine. So today we are done with yoga postures for, as I've said, for bloating or gas pain, and for having a good stretch in the back so as to get released from muscle, so as to get released from pain in the muscle area of the back, neck, and shoulder. So with this, today we are done. Hopefully, again, in the same health condition, with the same happiness, we will be meeting in the next session. Okay, till then, bye.
So tomorrow again we will meet for our aerobic session in morning, same time. Okay, I will share you the details. So take rest and be prepared for tomorrow session. Take healthy food, and if you have any query, and you can reach out to me. So bye for today. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.